You are now listening to the Full Sport Press podcast, featuring hosts Jay Hove, Jeff, and Weezy. Please enjoy the show.
Greetings and salutations. I'd like to welcome everybody back, and some of you for the first time, to the Full Sport Press podcast, the premier sports podcast for the consummate sports fan. And this is your one-stop shop for all sports-related news and topics. I'm Jay Hove.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
Weezy's out on assignment. Shout out to Weezy, man, getting a 10.
Yeah.
Everybody need that 10. Jeff, what's up, baby?
Hey, welcome back.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was out on assignment last week.
Yeah, camera's always on, Jeff.
Yeah. Happy to be back.
Most definitely happy to have you back.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, now, today's show, we're breaking down the 2018 NFL season.
Absolutely.
What we doing?
FSP style.
Most definitely, you better know it.
Yeah.
How was your week, brother?
The week was cool, man. How about yours?
Week was solid.
Okay.
You know, can't complain.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I had a bad week. Had a good week.
Yeah, that's it.
Solid week, most definitely. What's your best of the week, Jeff?
Best of the week. I got a couple.
Okay.
This was kind of more so last week, but I didn't get a chance to talk about it.
Okay.
The Big 3 championship. Yeah, team power.
That's right.
You know, got the win.
Yeah.
Corey McGetty was the MVP.
Wow.
It's pretty dope.
That's crazy.
And also last night was the FSP fantasy football draft.
It sure was. Hey, man, listen, man. I ain't gonna lie. I was talking to Animal Brown. Shout out to Animal Brown. I miss fantasy football,
Yeah,
y'all.
I knew you was gonna do it.
But I'm happy I'm not playing. I really am. And now you will see. It's Jeff is the commissioner of the FSP Fantasy Football League. You will see what I went through.
Shout out to DP. DP definitely.
Yeah.
First day on the job.
For sure.
Gave me hell already.
Gave you hell already.
Yeah. You know, Weezy complaining about draft spot.
Yeah, for sure.
Like he did last year.
Yeah.
But turned out Weezy was complaining about something he wasn't even.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Weezy style.
Yeah, Weezy style.
Weezy style.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do miss it, man. And I haven't played fantasy football, man. Have not, consecutively, maybe 10 years?
Yeah. It's a nice little run.
Yeah, so to not play fantasy football, it's going to be different.
You gonna start with a quick little league just to get in one?
Man, nah. I think I'm done. I hope I am. My best of the week, man, is my quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo, signed with Jordan Brand.
Yeah.
My quarterback had a hell of a night with retired porn star Kiera Mia.
He's winning the offseason.
For sure. Most definitely. And he signed with Jordan Brand. That's exactly what I was about to say.
My bad.
That's how you call it good at
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Most definitely. No pun intended. What's your worst of the week, Jeff?
Man, more so last week again, but this was funny enough to stick around.
Okay.
Heavyweight boxer Curtis Harper decided he didn't want to fight.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? I ain't gonna do it.
After being brought out to the ring, going through pre-fight announcements, everything like that, Curtis decided, you know what? I don't want to fight.
Why did he do that?
Apparently, well, he was brought in to fight an up-and-coming contender. I don't want to butcher his name, so I'm not even going to try.
Right.
He was brought in to fight that gentleman, and that gentleman was 6-0 with 6 knockouts. And Curtis was pretty much 13-5. So, you know what it was, right?
Yeah,
you know what he was there for. Yeah.
Sure.
You only had 18 fights. You already got 5 L's.
Right.
Come on, man. You know what you're there for.
Yeah.
But Curtis said I didn't get paid enough. And I'm like, I'm getting knocked out in front of my family on TV.
Yeah, I need to get paid.
I need to get paid a little bit more. Curtis just walked out.
So that just takes us a L?
Yeah, I'm guessing. Yeah.
Damn,
Curtis.
Damn.
Shout out to Curtis.
Yeah, shout out to Curtis, man. That was a thug move. My worst of the week was Webby wearing cleats at Chuck E. Cheese. So you're getting tokens.
Yeah.
Now, granted, Jordan, and these are Jordan 4s that he has on.
Yeah.
Fresh,
yeah.
but they're cleats. Football cleats at that. You putting on jeans with cleats, you don't feel the bottom. Okay.
White jeans, though.
White jeans. He had white jeans on, Jeff. He did. I mean, they're dope cleats. You can't wear them at Chuck E. Cheese getting tokens. Epic fail.
It's Webby, though.
It is Webby.
Yes.
He had on cleats at Chuck E. Cheese, dude.
With white jeans.
Most importantly, he had on white jeans.
Yeah.
Damn,
it says a lot.
It does, man.
Make sure you check us out on iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, Google Play, Stitcher, Beyond Pod, YouTube, and of course the SoundCloud page to catch up on the full archive of past episodes of FSP. Just search Full Sport Press Podcast. And after you do that, check out the On Deck TV Hip Hop Podcast with Animal Brown and Spike Lee each and every Wednesday. This week's show is the Hip Hop Hall of Fame first ballot albums episode. Controversy.
Very controversial. Great show.
Yeah,
for the guys over there. I listened to it this morning and stressed me out because, two of my favorite artists, spoiler alert, go ahead and hit that 15 second if you haven't listened to it yet. All right, there you go.
All right.
No Nas.
No Nas.
No Biggie.
No Biggie.
Come on.
First ballot.
First ballot.
No Nas. No Biggie.
In two guys that are in everybody's top 5.
First ballot rap albums episode had no Nas.
Yeah.
No Biggie.
Woo.
They defended it though. They fought their fight. They fought their fight.
Better. Shout out to my guys.
Shout out to them.
But that's tough.
Wow.
No Nas.
No Nas.
No Biggie.
Mm-mm.
That's tough. Speaking of Nas and Biggie, the Ladies Room podcast, located in New York, right? For sure. Check out Rizzo and Anne Marie to find out what the ladies are really talking about in the Ladies Room. The latest episode is up right now, and you can catch up on past episodes and follow the Ladies Room podcast on IG and Facebook. One time for Coach Locke.
Shout out to the ladies.
Shout out to the ladies for sure. Fresh for Dummies and me and my dog Animal Brown, self-help fashion podcast directly related to improving everyday fashion. You can catch our latest issue, The Issue About Everything. Volume 3 is up right now, directly for the culture. Follow our IG page at Fresh for Dummies and simply search Fresh for Dummies on all of your social media handles. While you're there, also go to the YouTube channel. Check out COD Live. Hella episodes up right now. Season 1. Season 2 is coming up before you know it. Easy to find. YouTube.com/RealVille. Wear your kicks and cop responsibly. Most definitely.
And you can read up on your favorite FSP co-host. All right. Purchase your FSP merchandise and catch up on past episodes from the shows we just mentioned and much, much more. Weezy usually asks, how can we do that? You just search www.realvillemedia.com.
Yeah.
Tell a friend to support the real.
RMG, most definitely, man. That was tough to do. I did that last week.
Yeah.
You got a tough job right there, man. You got 10 good resting seconds, right?
About 5.
Okay, let the people hear.
All right, so this week was a internet wrestling committee guy like myself.
Mm-hmm.
Was a dream weekend for us. The All-In pay-per-view sponsored by Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks, the tag team. They had their pay-per-view. I'm not going to spoil it because some people still haven't seen it. This is like a big WWE production.
Okay.
This is more of like a independent wrestling thing. Dope thing, dope to watch. Caught some of it on YouTube. And also on a more of a mainstream thing, Kane, WWE wrestler Kane, had his first day as mayor of Knox County.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, that's what we got for you.
10 good resting seconds.
But check out All In pay-per-view, man. It was dope.
Yeah,
dope.
Most definitely. Shout out to that, Jeff.
Yeah.
In case you missed it, man,
Okay.
I'll take Weezy's job. I have a fun fact.
Okay.
The Alabama football team, their consumption of food during training camp.
Oh, my God.
1 week, 13,000 eggs. In 1 day, 100 pounds of bacon. 1 day, 450 pounds of wings. In 1 day, 100 pounds of steak. And 1 day, 80 pounds of lettuce. The total budget for the football team's meals, $600,000. And that equals up to a total of $7,000 per player. It's a lot of food.
This is the summer?
This is just... No, this is the full year.
Okay.
But yeah, but for sure, the budget is $600,000. Yeah.
Huh. All right.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Sheesh.
That's a lot of food, man. Nah, and this is the thing. That's the difference between a big Division I athlete all the way down to HBCUs. It's a different.
Tell you right now.
That budget ain't $600,000. Hell no.
Better get you a meal. Get some good mashed potatoes out the can.
Yeah, come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell
Some broccoli, out. It's not happening like that. Got a question of the week?
I do, man.
All right.
Question of the week,
Yes,
fellas.
sir.
Let's get it. Peel form is back.
God dang it.
Starting with the blue pill. A personal chauffeur for the rest of your life, but the car has no AC or heat. The red pill. $1 million mansion, but the house has no AC or heat. The green pill. You have a free personal assistant for the rest of your life. Here's the catch. It's an ex-girlfriend. And last but not least, the black pill. A personal chef for the rest of your life, but it's only high school cafeteria food.
Let me tell you what it's not going to be.
But not the personal chef.
Not the personal
the
chef.
personal assistant.
That personal assistant ain't going to have it.
Your personal assistant ain't going to have it.
She ain't killing me.
If I had to pick one, that was a tough, man.
Yeah.
I would do the $1 million mansion.
Really? With no air, no air in the summertime in Tennessee?
Yep, it's hot as hell.
Yeah, you gonna do
But I
it.
got $1 million crib.
With no air.
But no
That's
air.
a big house with no air.
Yeah, big
Because you
ass
have
house.
nowhere to go with no air.
Yeah.
I do the car.
You doing the
person to drive.
The chauffeur.
Chauffeur.
It's hot as hell though, Jeff.
I can go back to my house with AC though.
It's true. That's a great yeah. Keep those questions coming. That's a really good one, right?
Yeah, that's
man. Peel for one back.
Yeah.
In the saddle for sure. Keep them coming at fullsportpress@gmail.com. While you're there, tweet us with questions throughout the week at fullsportpress. Don't forget to comment and give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page, on the iTunes page. Please rate and subscribe. But more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
To tell a friend about that FSP podcast.
Man, most definitely, the revolution will be podcasted. Before we start the first half, you got a poll question for the listeners.
I actually do have a poll question, Jay.
Let the people hear.
Which NFL cut day release was the most surprising?
Okay.
Corey Coleman of the Buffalo Bills, Martavis Bryant of the Raiders, Dan Bailey of the Dallas Cowboys, or Paxton Lynch of the Denver Broncos?
Okay, so Martavis Bryant, not so much of a surprise because he has a suspension.
Looming.
Yeah. Most definitely. Yeah. Great choice of words. Corey Coleman.
I watched a majority of Buffalo Bill preseason football.
Okay.
I just didn't see the kid on the field.
He just couldn't get on the field.
Yeah.
I think they're saying a lot that's with him. He's not a fit in many locker rooms.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can't find a fit in just 3 weeks, and they just traded you for a 6th-round pick, and a team got rid of 7th-round pick, and a team got rid of you, and you were a former 1st-round pick, you were the 15th pick overall.
Let you know.
Come on, man, they kind of let you know. And Paxton Lynch, Coach Locke's boy, who said he was going to be the next great thing, coming from the University of Memphis, 6'7". He went, 24th overall, 1st-round pick for sure. I think, I would have stuck with him maybe one more year, considering Case Keenum is your quarterback. Mm-hmm. You have another bum there at quarterback. Paxton Lynch should be able to play in the NFL.
I think they've seen what they needed to see out of Paxton.
That's a good point. That's a hell of a point.
I don't think. To me, it's Corey Coleman. Because
really,
with that skill set, with his speed, the fact that Cleveland traded him, and the fact that he couldn't even make he couldn't make Buffalo Bills wide receiver roster. We got Zay Jones on one side and Kelvin Benjamin on the other.
And you
side.
mean to tell me he can't be the slot?
You couldn't be the slot. You couldn't take Zay's spot, and you couldn't. Zay out here naked in the whole season
with his brother.
Fighting his brother
naked.
Yeah,
that's a big deal. Yeah, that's tough. I would say it's Dan Bailey, one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history. You've been there 7 years. He's just 28.
Yeah.
He did fall off a little bit. He was 75% in 2017. Still very solid though. Yeah. I don't see the reason why Dan Bailey would be gone.
Yeah, that's some more to that. Yeah. Maybe you want to get younger, but he's only 28.
He's only 28.
Yeah, so that's kicked the damn near 40.
And he's one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, man. So I would say Dan Bailey. Yeah. Let us know, man. You ready to start with this first half?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
The first half is underway.
First half, how the sports news of the past week, like we do each and every week here at the Full Sport Press Podcast. Before we start, I am J. O.
It's your boy, Big Jeff.
We just out on assignment. Yeah. Shout out to Weezy, man.
Get that tan, man.
Get that tan. Jeff, where can they find you on social media?
I'm Jay Easily 84 across all social media platforms.
Most definitely, man. I'm J Ho.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter is wide open, Jeff. Yeah, Twitter's a full conversation whenever you want to talk.
Man, I had a full conversation this weekend with someone who asked me, why is your Instagram private?
Ooh. Yeah. Is yours asking, talking about you?
Yeah, my personal.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Ain't nothing to talk about.
Mm-hmm. You know, you can request to be in the kingdom.
For sure. Yeah,
How long is your line right now?
Yeah, man. Can we, let's talk about some college football. College football started, cameraman, this week. Starting with our college football recap. Starting with our college football recap, week 1, man. Let's go through some winners and losers. Who you guys are first winner?
First winner is Boise State.
Boise State, yeah, man.
They have a turnover throne this year. Not the chain.
Okay.
A throne.
Did you see Louisville has pieces from Muhammad Ali? They got a belt and a glove.
Okay.
So if somebody from the offense makes a play, they get the glove. Come on. Miami started something. Doing too much.
A throne? No.
A throne. Like a toilet?
Like a throne, like a kingdom.
Oh, like
you sit, if you get a pick or a fumble workup, you sit on a throne.
Wow.
For while your defense is off the field.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
I would love to sit like that. For sure.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see you having one of those in the crib. Definitely in the man cave.
Yeah, for sure. Most definitely. My first win is Notre Dame. Sunday night's win against Michigan may end up not really, man. This is the time to lose. You lose now, week one. If you can lose week one, get your shit together, you can bounce back. We might, for all we know, Michigan is terrible. For all we know. But still, big moment for Notre Dame. First big test for Notre Dame and Brian Kelly, who was on the hot seat. Now that seat is still high, but
it's not as high.
It's not as high as it once was. Notre Dame, they look good too. They should have lost that game though.
Yeah.
Michigan.
That fourth quarter.
Come on.
That fourth quarter, they should have. Shout out to Braylon Edwards.
Yeah.
Take his Twitter.
Yeah.
Just take his phone.
Hey man, but that's the thing. Shea Patterson.
Yeah.
Weezy's boy, he was super up on Shea Patterson, and he did not look like, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. You got another winner?
I got another winner.
Okay.
It's the whole game.
Okay.
App State versus Penn State.
Ooh. Yeah.
I just knew Penn State was going to lose that game.
Me too.
I mean, it was the 11th anniversary of when App State beat Michigan.
Yeah, man.
A lot was on the line. Shout out to Penn State for winning in overtime. That was a great game.
Yeah, man.
And why are we still waiting on App State to be a Division I school?
Yeah, and I think that needs to go in there because App State gives people run.
Players,
every year. My winner is West Virginia.
Okay.
A lot of people did not believe in West Virginia Big 12 football, period. Yeah. But no one thought that they were going to beat Tennessee 40-14.
Handedly.
Shout out to Kurt, my PT. He's a very big UT fan.
Uh-huh.
They got their ass kicked, and I'm going to feel great coming into therapy on Tuesday.
I saw you post that the other day.
Yeah, for sure.
It was getting up there. Sure. I saw you right there.
Hey man, slow for sure.
Hey, you was getting up.
But that West Virginia team, man, I think they'll win the Big 12. And I'm telling you, my boy Willie G, his name is Will Greer. A lot of people was like, dude, you never said his real name, but his name's Will Greer, and he'll win the Heisman this year. Let's talk about some losers. So you guys, your first loser.
We talked about it a little bit, but Shea Patterson and Jim Harbaugh.
Oof. Hey, do you think Harbaugh's seat is actually hot now?
It's got to be hot,
man.
At this point,
yeah.
Right? Because every excuse was he needs a quarterback.
It wasn't his players.
It wasn't his players.
Right.
He got 2 or 3 draft classes. I mean, not draft classes.
For
recruiting classes.
Yeah.
And now you got your quarterback.
And
he played without having to sit out.
Come on now. The excuses that were being made, you got 2 NFL wide receivers. Yeah. Got a solid running back. One of the best defenses in the Big Ten. This was supposed to be the year, and they did not look ready.
Right. The thing is, they had a chance to win the fourth quarter, too.
Sure
they had a chance to win the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Shea.
Got cramps.
Shea.
Yeah.
Come on, Shea.
Got cramps.
Yeah, man. My biggest loser from week 1 is UCLA. Now, I get it. Nobody expected too much from Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
His first year with the Bruins, but you lose to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
At home. That's not how you draw it up. But on a positive note, you could look at it like this. Okay. Oregon's first loss, Boise State. That's when LeGarrette Blount punched the Boise State defender.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So things went exponentially up after that. So maybe history will repeat itself for UCLA. But
can't get much worse than punching the guy in the game.
Square in the chin, though. It's tough, man. You don't want to hit that blunt.
Nah, no.
Especially not there.
Nah, not that guy.
Hell no. Nah. What about another loser?
Oh, that was my other loser.
Okay, for sure. UCLA. My loser was Penn State, like how you mentioned. Win is a win.
Okay.
Even if it is against Appalachian State, who for sure should be a big time, not big time.
Yeah,
but somebody from the Sun Belt. They should be
somewhere around there.
Yeah, for sure. But Chase McSorley, I heard Kirk Herbstreit. I heard Lee Corso say that this is your Heisman quarterback.
Yeah.
This is the Heisman. This is their person.
Yeah.
He did not look Heisman-ish in that game, for sure. So, I don't believe in him. Speaking of Heisman, let's talk about some college football players of the week. Who you got?
I got your man, Will Greer.
Oh, man. I think it's unanimous,
right?
Yeah. Nah, for sure. Willie G, man, his brother is Vine star Nash Greer.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
No.
Big time YouTube Vine personality.
Okay.
But they go. This is his first 400-yard performance of his career.
Yes, sir.
It will not be his last.
Not with that offense.
Who?
Not how that offense looked yesterday.
You know what people are saying? That they don't know if he'll be a good NFL quarterback.
Okay. Let's focus on college.
But that's what we need to do.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I miss him. I wish he was. But hey, let's talk about our personal teams here.
Okay.
My Florida Gators look good.
I saw you talking about that.
Yeah, I haven't seen offense like that in Gainesville since Dan Mullen left to go to Mississippi State.
Okay.
So I feel good about it.
Who'd y'all play last night?
We played. It doesn't matter who we played.
All right.
But 53 is 53.
Yeah, put them up
For sure.
Up.
Yeah, that doesn't matter who we played. Joe.
I got you. I was trying to remember who you
played. And you guys play tonight?
No.
They play
we
Monday?
play in the week cap on Monday.
Okay.
That's what the Noles do. Baby.
For sure.
That's what we do.
Now you guys play Virginia Tech.
Top 25 showdown.
Yeah, for sure. Are you confident?
No. For one reason.
Well,
Francois our starter.
Yeah, for sure. And his
like,
hair is weird.
Yeah, I've never that's never been my guy.
Yeah, never.
Never been my guy.
I want my quarterback to have regular hair.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's a different type of hair, young boy haircut.
Yeah.
Do something different than the colors and it's a lot.
You know you can't trust him though.
No. I tell you would Coach Lodge. Y'all arguing against me.
Francois, but I'm saying you can't trust him for another reason.
You know what? We're gonna talk. You want to talk about NFL contracts?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Wow, that got weird. Okay. Let's start off with Weezy's guy. Wish he was here to talk about it.
Okay.
Odell Beckham Jr. The New York Football Giants, confirmed the length and extension of his contract earlier this week. He has reached an agreement for a 5-year, $95 million contract extension with $65 million guaranteed.
For sure.
Wow. We knew he was going to get it sooner or later.
He deserved it.
Yeah. And he deserved it.
Yeah.
But I didn't think that was gonna be the outcome for him.
He's exceeded all the expectations.
He definitely outplayed the rookie.
For sure. You know, what did he go, 12? 13?
Yeah.
So if you look, he's the face of the Giants as Eli's going on to older and better things for sure. But he's only 25 years old.
Yeah.
You match him with Saquon. You got Landon Collins. Yeah. It's needed. I just think that him, guaranteeing money like that, he has to stay out of the gossip blogs, that celebration videos, a little awkward, to say the least. But he deserves the money.
You talking about the locker room one?
All of his locker room antics.
Right. Sure. Let's move on to another contract signed over the weekend. Okay. And I'm a Browns guy, Aaron Rodgers. Mm-hmm. He signed a 4-year, $134 million contract extension with the Green Bay Packers. Yeah. This move also does allow the Packers to remain cap friendly for this year, and it guarantees over $90 million to Rodgers.
Wow.
Why? I mean, was they under the gun to do this?
They still had 2 years left on his old contract. He's made 138 in his career, so he'll make 130 with this one contract, possibly. Yeah. I think he'll end up surpassing Peyton Manning in career on-field earnings.
I just wanted to keep him happy.
You have to keep him happy. Okay. You know how much he meant to the team when he went out with the broken collarbone.
True.
To see this guy getting that much money, I would say in the next couple of years, you'll see quarterbacks getting $40 million a year within the next 2 years.
I do not doubt that. It's only going up.
It's only going to go up.
Right? Yeah. So let's move on to Aaron Donald.
Okay.
All right. 18 months of negotiation finally came to the end on Friday. He signed a 6-year contract extension with the Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah.
His deal is worth $135 million, including $87 million guaranteed for a defensive player.
Ooh.
How you feel about that?
I always said that Aaron Donald's the best defensive player playing on the line. Mm-hmm. But with how he celebrated it kind of weirded me out.
You want to talk about that?
He bought a car.
Yeah.
The day he signed it, $130,000 Karma Rivero, which is basically a Tesla, but it's a more luxurious Tesla because it has a traditional engine as a backup. So, for my car listeners, but I wouldn't celebrate. And listen, he deserved every quarter that they're supposed to give him. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't celebrate it like that, saying, "Hey, I got me a Karma Rivero." Like to do that, that's kind of corny. But he is the best defensive lineman and he deserves every quarter that they're giving him. I just don't like the day that you sign, you got a new Karma sitting out in your driveway. It's kind of awkward to me. But
maybe he was waiting to make that move, and that extra little million he got, that was part of it.
You got a $40 million. When you sign that, you got $40 million. So 50 guaranteed.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know.
All right, let's move on to our last person,
Mm-hmm.
Khalil Mack.
Okay.
He had a blockbuster weekend.
For sure.
He was traded to the Bears, Chicago Bears, for 2 first-round picks over the course of the next couple of years. And he reached an agreement on a record-setting 6-year, $141 million contract extension, $23.5 million per year average. That includes $90 million guaranteed and $60 million that signed his name.
Shit.
For signing your name.
Yeah, no, for sure. Y'all bought me a Karma too.
Yes. I would have bought me a couple of Teslas.
Yeah, no, for sure. With this one, it made sense. The reason with Aaron Donald signing that huge impact, having signing that big contract, it had a huge impact on Khalil Mack because they had to match. Because they're the same players.
You pretty much had to do that.
You had to do that.
Yeah.
Now, you give John Gruden 100 over 10. But you didn't want to pay one of the best young pass rushers in the NFL?
Hey, man. Raiders fans. Oof. Raiders fans. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know. I don't really know what's the game plan at this point.
You trade your best player on an already shitty defense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guaranteeing 6 wins for them max. And maybe in their mind they're looking to get maybe Nick Bosa, maybe Ed Oliver with the 2019 draft. But at the same time, that's a good offense you still have there.
Yeah.
You're taking away your best defensive player, and you haven't even been in contact with them. At least get them into the place where you can at least see if you can help.
Yeah.
Like if you can win with that guy there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But talking about the Bears, they got Leonard Floyd 2 years ago. They got Roquan this year. You match him with Mack, and they got Akeem Hicks. I think they're going.
I'll talk about them a little bit later.
For sure.
But they're going in.
Yeah, no, for sure. Woo, my God. Good pause. Yeah. Camera's on, Jeff.
It's always on, bro.
I better know it. Let's move on to the NBA, man. Manu Ginobili announced his decision to retire on Monday. The 41-year-old helped the Spurs win 4 NBA championships in 16 seasons. One question for you: is Manu Ginobili a first ballot Hall of Fame?
Absolutely.
It's a foregone conclusion. Yeah. I think he played like 6 years prior to even coming to the NBA. Yeah. So, and he led Argentina to the 2004 Olympic gold medal, beating the USA team in the semifinals. So, it's a foregone conclusion. But Manu is the revolutionary wing foreign player. I would say.
Would you say he brought in the Euro step?
That's 100% was what I was getting to. I see people working out now, finishing off their opposite leg because of Manu Ginobili. Yeah. Revolutionary wing, never wanted to for real be a starter. Knew that he would be more of a contributor off the bench. Yeah. 2-time All-Star, 6th Man of the Year in 2007. And the crazy thing about him, he has the most wins, the 3rd highest wins for any coach-player combo with him and Pop. The 2 people in front of him, Tim Duncan, of course, and Tony Parker. Yeah, no, for sure. So, an illustrious career for Manu. What is a memory that you'll have of Manu?
Honestly, it's Charles Barkley saying his name after it's a big shot.
That's for sure. That is dope. I like that too. Yeah. And my favorite is when he smacked the bat. There's a bat inside the Spurs arena, and his Argentinian ass open hand smacks a bat, and was ready to continue playing. Nah, my brother,
that's a real bat.
Yeah, it's a real bat. You
hear. It's not like a bird.
No,
not a fly.
No, not at all. Bat. It's a bat. Yeah. Shout out to Manny.
All right, let's move back to the NFL. Yeah. The Cleveland Browns have recently released linebacker Mikael Kendricks after he was charged Wednesday with insider trading. Wow, that's wild. Yeah. By federal prosecutors to make nearly $1.2 million in illegal profits over 4 major investments roughly 4 years ago. All right, so the Browns released a statement. They were aware of Kendrick's involvement prior to signing him, but the circumstances changed. So basically what they're saying is he released a statement, being Kendrick's, saying that he knows something is going to happen, but he wasn't involved. Okay. Gotcha. Turns out that wasn't the truth.
Yeah, he was very involved.
Very involved. Yeah. He took $80,000. His initial investment was $80,000, and they made $1.2 million. Yeah. Come on, dog.
Yeah. The last thing the Browns needed was a distraction. Right. And they ensured that would happen by cutting him. Yeah. So for him to come out and publicly admit that he did that, And he even said he was going to pay the money back.
Yeah.
Even though it's a felony.
Yeah.
It's a felony.
Yeah.
It's a felony.
I ain't playing.
Yeah, no, for sure. But
Get
I
his
think,
Stewart on.
oh yeah, no, for sure. Where he messed up though, he didn't inform the Browns what happened.
Right.
And I want to see this play out on Hard Knocks for the last episodes. But I think he's getting a raw deal for this.
Okay.
Because it's super common in the in the financial world.
The white collar crime world.
Oh my God! If you watch Billions, you know this happens every day, and the debate whether it's insider trading should be completely legalized is up right now. Yeah. Like it's up for debate.
That's true.
And mind you, there are already forms of legal insider trading that commonly occur every day. Right. So I think him playing a sport and him having personal gain with close to $1 million is a felony. But at the same time, he should have just alerted the Browns, and he would still be playing. I don't think he'll play in the NFL again.
I think I agree with you 100%.
Right.
Him saying that I know something's going on, but I wasn't involved.
Right.
That hurt.
Very common though, Jeff.
Yeah.
It happens in financial world all the time, and I think it's just a testament of something that we see every time. Right. People get jammed up for weed, dirt, as of right now. Mm-hmm. But in turn, a couple of years, people have been doing 20, 30 years in jail for weed. Mm-hmm. Now it's super legal. So it'll be one of those things you look back and be like, wow, that's crazy. Before we start with halftime, let's talk about some of my favorite things. The sneaker world. Mm-hmm. Once the NBA season kicks off in October, players will be allowed to wear whatever color sneakers they like, whenever they like, however they like. This is a big deal. This is being done as an ongoing effort to allow players to be, quote, expressive on the court. Mm-hmm. Now, the NBA's decision to erase one of its biggest footwear restrictions come at a time where the sneaker culture has experienced a boom, especially as hardwood and streetwear styles continue to converge. Mm-hmm. Question for you. Big deal, little deal, no deal for the NBA to loosen up their sneaker policy?
I'm going to say it's a big deal, but I'm going to say it's a big deal for a couple of reasons.
Okay, talk to me.
Adam Silver is finding a way to make money any way he can.
Clap it up.
So he notices that the sneaker culture is very influential in the NBA vice versa, however you want to look at it. So he's going to find a way to make some money off of this and, and to make his brand even bigger. So he deserves a round of applause for this.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And I can't wait. Because we're going to see some wow.
And you have people in smaller markets, like Memphis.
Okay.
Like Milwaukee.
Yeah.
But you have a Giannis Antetokounmpo. Mm-hmm. And you have a young player like Jaren Jackson who just signed with Nike. Mm-hmm. They'll be able to get off some crazy looks.
Yeah.
When they couldn't a couple of years back. And I think with Nike's takeover as the league's primary sponsor, it kind of shows how aggressive they've been as far as how they want to amplify and let players speak and express themselves a lot more. LeBron James wore an equality shoe, one white, one black last year. He didn't get fined for that. Right. You know why? Because the league's primary sponsor is Nike. So in turn, Adidas is probably looking like, hey, we need to get in on this. Yeah. Li Ning is looking like, hey, we need to get in on this. Under Armour. So everybody will find a way to eat off this. But now you'll see Serena collaborating with Virgil. You have LeBron with John Elliott. It's going to be a good look for players.
And another thing I think is going to happen, it's going to bring. What's that? You know how LeBron, this is more of a fresh for dummies thing.
Okay, for sure.
You know how LeBron had those quick strike releases, he'll wear them in the game and release on the Nike app.
The LeBron effect,
Right. There's going to be more of that now because like you just mentioned, other companies can be involved in it as well. Yeah. So a James Harden release with a purple shoestring or whatever, he can wear it in one game and release it that night.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, LeBron watch was a big deal in 2017.
Absolutely.
And watching that kind of, you're looking at it like, wow, he's playing in those shoes tonight and they're up on sneakers at the tip off of the game. Yeah, no, for sure. Hate saying tip off. For sure. You ready to get started with halftime?
Yes,
let's go.
We're at the midway point. Enjoy all of the halftime festivities.
Halftime. Coach Brown out on assignment this week. Shout out to Coach Brown. We're doing Where Are They Now? Jeff, have you ever wondered what happened to your favorite athlete from your childhood?
I sure have.
Well, we have too. This week's Where Are They Now is Chris Weinke, man. Chris Weinke enrolled at FSU in 1997 when he was already 25 years old. He spent the previous 6 years pursuing a Major League Baseball career. Yeah. As the quarterback, one of the best Seminoles teams ever assembled. That included Peter Ward.
Mm-hmm.
He won the Heisman Trophy in 2000 ahead of guys like Drew Brees and LaDainian Thomas. Now, by the time he was selected in the 4th round of the 2001 NFL Draft, Weinke was already a few months away from his 29th birthday. Played 5 seasons in the NFL, which included a 2-year stint where he was out of the league. After retirement, Weinke teamed up with Pro Football Hall of Fame coach John Madden and became the director of the IMG Football Academy in Bradenton, Florida. The academy has alumni that includes Shea Patterson, who we trashed in the first half, DeAndre Francois, who we trashed in the first half, Bo Scarborough, who's the backup running back in Dallas, and Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. Now, Weinke was the head coach at IMG until 2014. He left there to take a job with the Rams as the QB coach under Jeff Fisher in 2015. After Jeff Fisher was fired, Weinke was hired as the Alabama offensive analyst in 2017, and Chris Weinke is in 2018 right now on Jeremy Pruitt's staff at the University of Tennessee as the running backs coach. Chris Weinke, man, one of my favorite. I'm we're all family here.
Yeah.
Shout out to the listeners. I'm a big time Florida fan.
Yeah.
Huge. Probably Florida Gators fan.
Yeah.
When Chris Weinke was the quarterback at Florida State, he was throwing the ball to Peter Ward.
Yeah, that's fun.
I'll tell you what, it was one of my favorite teams to watch, man. Chris Weinke was, listen, it looked as if Chris Weinke never missed a pass. I don't remember him missing passes at Florida State.
Yeah, man. I love Chris Weinke. I love that team.
Yeah.
Got hurt on me, though, man.
Yeah.
Cost us that national championship.
For sure.
There's no way in hell UT beats us
No.
without starting quarterback. We were down to our 3rd string quarterback actually by that time.
Yeah.
But, man, that's a bad memory right there, man. Because I got to deal with UT fans saying they got a national championship they didn't deserve.
They did not deserve that year. The thing is with Chris Weinke, if he doesn't play MLB baseball and he goes straight to Florida State instead of playing baseball, he would be a different player in the NFL, I think.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Coming in at 29, the risk wasn't worth the reward to pay him and to risk any. Same thing you had with Brandon Wheaton, who has bounced around the NFL for the exact same reason. But shout out to Chris Weinke. Where are they now? He is currently the running backs coach at UT, who got their ass smacked 40-14 by the West Virginia Mountaineers.
You had to
Oh, for sure. Shout out to my UT listeners. Shout out to Tonyo. Yoski. 40-14, big baby. You ready to start the second half?
Yoski's had a rough day on Twitter.
Hey, he cussed me out on Twitter. It's my dog. He cussed me out, man. Let's get started the second half.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
The second half is underway.
Second half, the 2018 NFL preview show, FSP style. Man. Before we get started, I'm Jeff.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
The 2018 NFL season is finally upon us, Jeff, and what a better way to celebrate pro football's return than throwing out meaningless predictions for how an unpredictable season will play out. First thing we'll talk about, who will win Offensive Player of the Year in the NFL? Let's get it going, man.
Let's go ahead and throw the wild predictions out now.
Okay, let's see.
Antonio Brown.
That's trouble. Hey, listen, I like that, though.
He was close. He was possibly an MVP candidate last year before going down with injury.
100%.
He's going to get the same amount of looks this year,
if not more.
The offense is probably more explosive this year with Juju stepping into the role.
I agree.
Hopefully Le'Veon plays a full season and Ben can stay upright.
Yeah, that's a good question. And the thing is, they have James Washington too, so he'll just slide into the spot where Juju was last year. Juju will be where Martavis Bryant was. It hasn't happened since Jerry Rice did it in 1993.
Correct.
So I think he would have to exceed or get close to 2,000 receiving yards.
Yep.
He did. He had 1834 last year.
See what I'm saying?
I like that. My offensive player of the year will be Ezekiel Elliott. As the focal point of the offense.
Absolutely.
Zeke will accumulate close to 2,000 yards. He did that. Hell, his rookie year. 20 touchdowns. I think he'll lead the league in rushing. Behind that top-notch offensive line. He just has to play in all 16 games, which I think he will.
Okay.
The years after Dez Bryant will be a telling one because they're going to have to rely on new people. Allen Hurns, Cole Beasley, of course. Terrence Williams, who is historically a 2. He's a 2. So It's going to take a little while to get those new pieces.
It's a stretch 2.
Yeah, stretch 2. It might be a 2.5 for sure. But I just think his familiarity with the offense and the way that Ezekiel plays, man, he'll kill this year, barring any injuries, for sure.
Let's move on. Who do you got as your offensive rookie of the year?
Man, this was tough for me. The safe pick is Saquon Barkley, but I'm going to go out on a limb and do a Kareem Hunt type of prediction, who didn't even have a really good preseason. I have Ronald Jones, a running back for the Bucs, man. Yeah, man. He'll be the number 1 running back in Tampa Bay. Bring in a new center, which is one of the big signings that they have in Tampa Bay, Ryan Jensen.
Okay.
This kid is a slasher. So, in turn, he's going to make plays. Now, I did say he didn't have a really good preseason, but he didn't have a lion's share like how he will for the full NFL season, especially missing Jameis those first, 3 games?
3 games.
Yeah, so with him being a good, steady running back, they only scored 8 rushing touchdowns in 2017. It will go up, and Ronald Jones will be the main contributor there.
All right. I'm going to keep the safe pick.
Okay.
I'm going to go Saquon.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I just think they're going to treat him like Dallas treated Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, man.
Let prolong Eli's career a couple of more years.
Sure.
And just hand the ball off.
And this award it's routinely given to the player who has the most production.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Saquon will be relied on the most out of all these rookies. But if I had to take a pick, I'm sticking with Ron Jones, man. But Saquon, 4.4 speed, 233.
Come on.
Shit, it's hard
to hit that for 4 quarters. Pause.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Hit that blood. Yeah. Next question, man. Defensive player of the year in the NFL. Who you got?
Fresh off the new contract.
Okay.
I'm going Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah.
He deserves it, man.
I think he's gonna have something to prove this year.
Mm-hmm.
Chip on his shoulder. He finally got his money.
Yeah.
And he's gonna show why he got his money.
I agree.
Just keep it simple.
I like that. This year, man, I think Joey Bosa will step up. Him and Melvin Ingram. I think they cemented themselves as the best pass rushing duo in the NFL.
Most definitely.
This is the thing with him. They have to win games. And they disappointed. Started late. They got their shit late. They got into their groove late.
Okay.
I just think that with him being in his 3rd year, their offense will be led by Phillip Rivers, who I think will have an enormous year this year. This is the most complete roster that they've had since the 2006 days with LaDainian Tomlinson. So I think and the defensive lineman has won this award 5 times in the last 6 years. Luke Kuechly being the only person that
gotcha.
In 2013. I tell you what, man, Joey Bosa shining this year. Sure.
That's a good pick. I'm not mad at that.
Most definitely.
Who you got as your defensive rookie of the year?
All right, man, this hurt.
So.
So, I don't even. Derwin James, man, with defensive rookie.
Talk to me.
He has an Eric Berry type of presence in the secondary. They lost Jason Verrett to a torn Achilles. Also, a Florida Gator, Jalen Watkins, tore his ACL. Mm-hmm. So you will have Derwin with a lion's share of the looks at safety. Telling he'll come in as a quasi linebacker, making a lot of tackles. He's just a special talent, man. One of my favorite players to come from Florida State, Derwin James.
I mean, he's a center.
For sure.
I mean,
I hate saying that, dog.
Well, it's all right.
Because you don't give Gators the necessary love that we are DBU, dog. And you got to...
Y'all DBU, but we got the best league.
Yeah, I do got Xavier Rhodes.
And?
Who you got for your
Okay,
rookie,
all
man?
right. I will be honest with you. This was probably the hardest question that we had for me.
Okay.
Because it's a 3-way race between Derwin, Minkah Fitzpatrick, and Roquan Smith.
Ooh, you not bringing up Bradley Chubb?
Woo! It's gonna be. I think he's gonna be overshadowed in where's he playing? Denver.
In Denver.
Yeah.
Listen,
now. It's a perfect fit for him.
Perfect
and I
fit.
mentioned it on the show.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But I don't think. I think those 3 players are going to get so much attention.
For sure.
And especially Minkah in Miami. My God.
Oh yeah. They're gonna find a way to throw it.
So if I had to pick, which is one of those 3 players, I would go Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Roquan is gonna get a lot of looks too as well. I just think him coming late into training camp is going to slow up the maturation process for him.
It didn't hurt Joey Bosa.
It did not at all, and they have the same agent, so they were probably training the same way.
Yeah.
I think with Roquan though, you have Leonard Floyd, you have Khalil Mack, now you have him, and Adrian Amos is a great safety there.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Durbin. I like Bradley Chubb. Just gonna plug him in where DeMarcus Ware was.
Excellent.
I think he's gonna have the necessary sacks to win this award, but. Going with Durham, man, especially with that good-ass team San Diego's putting together.
Not bad at that.
Most definitely.
He's a center.
What about breakout player of the year in the NFL, man?
Mitchell Trubisky.
Mitch is going to have a good-ass year.
He's lining up for him.
Yeah, man.
The receivers hopefully can stay healthy.
Stay healthy, for
sure. Got a decent running game. The defense should be able to get the other team off the field, get the ball back to him. And they've invested a lot in Mitch anyway. Hell yeah. So now it's time to pay back. He's already got Glennon out of there.
Yeah.
So go win you some games, Mitch.
Yeah, Mitchell.
Mitchell. Yeah, let's call him Mitch.
Mitch.
Okay.
His name's Mitch. He has Nagy, who's the OC from KC.
Okay.
So in turn, you know how they had Alex Smith looking. Okay. And then you have, like you mentioned, they got Taylor Gabriel, they got Allen Robinson, they got a tight end from Florida by the name of Trey Burton.
That's a good player.
Hey man,
that's a good player.
That's a good damn player.
That's a solid pickup too.
They have weapons now. So last year you was throwing the bitch to Dontrell Inman, Josh Bellamy.
So much of that,
for sure, man. But my breakout player of the year is Marlon Mack for the Colts, man. Sleeper pick for my fantasy people that hadn't had a draft yet. Mm-hmm. This kid will pick up where Frank Gore left off. Big plays. He can catch out of the backfield. He will be the reason why the Colts will be a lot better. You won't have to depend on Andrew Luck as much if you give the ball to Marlon Mack, man. So second-year player, man, he'll be a good breakout for the Colts.
Just gotta get healthy.
Yeah, for sure.
That's it.
He'll be fine. But Luck, though, tell you.
Okay.
I don't bang him.
Just move on.
Yeah, man.
Who you have as your comeback player of the year?
Man, this is a tough one for me.
Okay.
But I think the way that David Johnson played in 2016 shouldn't be overlooked.
Okay.
He had 998 snaps.
Yeah.
In 2016, that's insane.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. So him being so important and so good as a wide receiver, and he's playing for a contract. Will all line up for him being comeback player of the year. When he's fully healthy, man, the offense will run through him. Josh Rosen will get him rolling. I think he'll end up playing by week 5 because Sam Bradford will be hurt by week 1. So he'll be his top target, man. Shout out to my dog, man, Josh Rosen. Who you got?
Wow.
Sure.
I had David Johnson as well.
Yeah.
I just want to see him back on the field.
Yeah.
He was a dynamic running back. He was
yeah.
out there in 2016.
Yeah.
Like you said, 900, how many snaps?
964.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, man.
Yeah. He needed the year off.
Yeah, hell yeah, he needed that year off. It was, I think in 2014, what's the kid? Matt Forte had something like 950.
Yeah.
And that was the most since then. So, what about your boy Dalvin Cook, though?
And that was why it was difficult for me.
Yeah.
But, with Dalvin, I think that offense is going to be able to, I don't want to say hide him, but where he can ease along a little bit slower.
Right.
And get back to, by week 4 or 5, he'll be back at full strength.
Yeah. I saw his little brother. He plays for Georgia, playing yesterday. Going to be a player.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now Dalvin Cook, that was my close. It was really close between them two. Mm-hmm. I think Dalvin, he might have led the rookies in rushing if he tore his ACL. Well, I think it's like week 4, 5, something like that. Yeah, but he's gonna have a really good year. Next one, man, the sophomore slump, the dreaded sophomore slump, man. Dak Prescott Award. Who you guys your sophomore slump?
Kareem Hunt.
Oh man, I tell you what, it's gonna be tough for him.
The league caught up to him.
Ooh, yeah,
midway last year, and he didn't have another move.
Yeah,
and now with off season. And with them switching quarterbacks and looking to pass more, I think we're going to see a fall off of Kareem. Well, sophomore slump, excuse me.
Yeah, for sure. And you look at Spencer Ware, was coming back from a season-ending injury last year, so that's the reason that he was thrust into the starting lineup.
Great point.
Is Spencer Ware. So him coming back It's not necessarily a knock against him as well. I mean, you got a whole new quarterback, you got a whole new OC, and you have people keying in on you. So there's film on you. So I like that Kareem Hunt pick. But I'm going Cooper Kupp.
Young Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp, man. I think if he has a bad 2018, it'll be a regression of the offense as a whole. You got Brandon Cooks coming in. So in turn, it's going to take away looks. You still have Robert Woods there. But Cooper Kupp had a really good year. And if Sammy Watkins only saw 70 targets last season, while Brandon Cooks saw 114, you got to get him the ball and you paid him. So in turn, you got to find more ways to get your best players involved. And Cooper Kupp will be he'll be, unceremoniously dropped on that depth chart for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So kind of in the same vein.
Right.
Who's your fall off player of the year?
This should be unanimous, right?
Okay.
LaShawn McCoy.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, for sure. There's a lot working against him, man.
Ooh.
Off the field problems. Offensive line is trash. You traded the quarterback that you paid for already. The passing game won't scare any defenses.
Anybody.
And he just turned 30 in July.
Yeah.
All recipe for a fall off 2018.
Well,
These are your bills. I apologize.
No. First of all, I don't see us winning 4 games.
Woo.
4, maybe 5.
I'm telling you guys are going to be very bad. And
we got to beat Miami both times to have a chance of winning 5 games.
Yeah. If somebody else, I was thinking, ooh, they're going to be really bad. I don't remember who that was.
No, we're in contention to be the worst team.
I think so, man.
Us, Miami. Give or take. No, us and Miami.
Yeah, there's 2 bad teams right there.
I mean, maybe the Colts, because they're defense. Well,
I think they'll be fine. Yeah. I think the Colts will be a little bit better than people expected. But
so it's definitely
y'all are trash. Next question. Coach of the year in the NFL, man. Who you got? Yeah, as you should.
Here's another wild one.
Well, okay. Ooh. Hey, listen, he won in 32, 31 and 31, something like that.
If he somehow gets that team to the playoffs, which they should be able to.
No, they will not.
They should be able to.
No. 6 games max.
They have a better defense than people give them credit for. A better defense. They had a defense last year.
Yeah, I had Myles Garrett really close to being Defensive Player of the Year this year.
He
looked very, very, very good in preseason.
Absolutely.
He had 3 sacks in one game.
I mean, he's an animal.
He's a specimen.
Yeah.
For sure.
So they're better than people give them credit for.
I agree.
On defense.
Yeah.
And that offense should be just good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Not great, not immaculate, just good enough.
So 9-7?
10-6.
10. You want to bet that?
No.
Cameron, you want some of that?
Yeah, I already bet.
We already bet. Yeah. We bet. Yeah. Hey, listen. They'll win 6 games max. But that is an improvement from one game in your last 2 years. Yeah, for sure.
And they were competitive in those games last year.
Very competitive.
So
not very competitive, but competitive.
Some of them.
But competitive.
Yeah. They had some winnable games. They should have beat the Titans. Lost in overtime.
I agree.
Yeah, overtime.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
My coach of the year is Anthony Lynn from the Los Angeles Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Still lost.
Just Chargers. We'll stick with the Chargers. Yeah. I expect big things from both Los Angeles teams this season.
Okay.
And with this turnaround, very similar to how Sean McVay was last year, I'm thinking more of a Dan Quinn and the Falcons 2 seasons ago, like only with an offensive-minded motivator like Anthony Lynn is. You have Mike Williams, who's going to have a good year. You have Keenan Allen, who had his best year as a pro. You have Melvin Gordon there. The sky's the limit with this with this Los Angeles team. And I think Anthony Lynn, we'll talk about the predictions. I got a good prediction for them, for sure.
Me too.
Yeah. Who's your NFL? Oh, that's you, my bad.
Who's your NFL MVP?
Most definitely, man. This is basically a quarterback award, right?
Pretty much.
So I got Phillip Rivers, man, winning the NFL MVP, man. I think it's this 2018 year shaping up to be his year, finally. He's playing at a high level. The AFC is relatively weak.
3 teams.
Jacksonville.
4 teams.
14. Max. But they got off to a dreadful 0-4 start in LA, and playing in that damn soccer stadium to do that. But after that point, they only lost 3 games. So I think if they can get a bye in the AFC and Phillip Rivers puts up his usual 30-plus touchdowns, it's going to be a popular choice for NFL MVP, man.
I'm mad at that.
What you got?
I got Aaron Rodgers, though.
For good damn reason.
A healthy Aaron Rodgers.
For sure.
Is going to have a year.
Yeah.
He's going to have a year out there. If he could just stay healthy, I think this is his year, and this is the Packers' year.
Yeah. I mean, he hadn't won an MVP since, 3 years? Yeah. I just think that defense is the problem for me. They got some really young, good DBs, though. But I think they should have made a trade to get Khalil Mack tried. Because Clay Matthews is old. A little longer in the tooth. They have a good young linebacker with Blake Martinez, but their secondary is lit. I like their secondary. I'm just kind of worried about their linebackers. But I really do think that Aaron Rodgers will have a good year. I like Phillip Rivers, what he's going to do as well. Okay. All right. So let's go through some quick stuff, man, with the actual conferences and also the division. Let's start off with the NFC East. Who you got winning that?
Yeah, it's Philly.
Eagles won it last year for sure. And it was a sneak attack with the Eagles last year. Yeah. Everybody, we sat on this same show right around this time last year, and it was either the Cowboys or the Giants. And I am going with the Giants. Okay. They'll be 10-6 this year. I think many of their issues were tied to injuries and questionable coaching. Okay. So I think they get a first start this season with Saquon. Per usual, the Giants just need Eli to stay upright, be average at worst, solid at best.
Solid at best. Not mad at that.
Yeah, for sure.
I think Philly just returns. They don't return LeGarrette Blount, but they return so many of their star players from both sides of the ball. I mean, and I guess Saquon makes the Giants better, but the Giants weren't contenders. I know injuries happen. Keep it
for sure.
But I think the Giants will be good enough to make a wild card. But as far as division winner, Philly.
I can dig that. Yeah.
And let's do the NFC North.
Vikings won last year. I think we'll stick with that. 12-4 for the Vikings. Okay. Zimmer put together a team poised to thrive for years to come. This is a tough division, but I'm telling you, I think Minnesota, with the return of Dalvin Cook, Kirk Cousins was a good quarterback on a bad team in Washington. He has Thielen, he has Stephon Diggs, Quan Treadwell, with the best defense in the NFL. I think they have the talent to win it all.
I agree with everything but Kirk Cousins, but I agree with you. They will win that.
Yeah, most definitely. NFC South, the Saints won last year. I think this is the best division in football.
Absolutely.
Who you got winning this?
Go out on the limb here.
Let's
go Tampa
Bay. So do they split?
They go 1-2.
1-2. Okay.
And that's all. Win one game.
Win one
game out of those 3.
Yeah.
And he wins week 4. Yeah. They got a shot. They go on 3, it's over.
Yeah.
Just got to win one. Fitztragic got to get one game.
Tragic, for sure.
One game.
And the South produced 3 playoff teams in 2017. I think the Saints will win this division. The Drew Brees clock is winding down, and you can't take anything for granted when you have such an old quarterback. But losing not Melvin Ingram, what's his name? Mark Ingram. For the first,
was it
4
games?
4 games. It's hard to develop a team when you have a player like Mark Ingram not playing. But Alvin Kamara was one of the best rookies in football last year. And you traded up to get Marcus Davenport last year. It's a clear message you're trying to win a Super Bowl. Not the most complete team in the division, but Drew Brees, Sean Payton set for a big year.
All right. Yep. Who you got in the NFC West?
All right. So
this is your division.
Yeah, this is my division. Rams won last year. Got the Rams winning again reluctantly. On paper, LA might be the best team in the league. On paper. I have to improve by at least one game with all those those big splashy changes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it's back to the greatest show on turf, man. You got Cooks, got Goff, got Gurley, got Cooper Kupp.
Young Cooper Kupp.
Then you on the defensive side, you got Ndamukong Suh, you got Marcus Peters, you got Akeem Talib, along with Aaron Donald. Stacked like Luke dances for sure. So I think, man, 12-4 for my Rams right there.
Your Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see anybody in that division even being competitive.
Oh, yeah, we'll be competitive.
I don't see it.
Yeah, we'll be competitive.
I don't see it.
Yeah, for sure. We'll be competitive at 8-8. That's competitive.
Okay.
That's competitive.
That's competitive. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
8-8. Yeah.
Well, okay, I don't see anybody in the division even being like a scare. Like, it's the Rams.
Being disrespectful.
It's the Rams.
It's the Rams, for sure. All right. Speaking of a scare, the AFC East, which the Patriots won last year. Who you got winning the AFC East?
Come on, man.
Yeah.
We can skip this one.
Yeah, I mean,
Patriots unanimously. Like,
yeah. But,
yeah.
yeah.
They get to play Buffalo and Miami twice. That's 4 wins.
Yeah, Danny Amendola, though. Gone for what, 4?
Okay, all right.
Yeah, Tom Brady's 4-1.
We still got Gronk.
Blah, blah, blah.
Still got that
right?
defense.
Yeah. They'll find a way to get over, yeah.
And they'll split with New York.
What's the record?
Patriots record? 3 losses.
13-3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got them going 13-3 as well. Unless Tom Brady has this dramatic drop-off, I just can't see him not winning this.
It has to happen sooner or later, though.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think it's this year.
Nah, this ain't the year.
Who you got in the AFC North?
All right, now, Pittsburgh has won 3 of the last 4 years. This could be the final run for the Steelers. I think they'll win it. The Killer Bees, man. Top 2 offense in the NFL. The only thing I'm worried about, like you said earlier, Ben Roethlisberger staying upright. They got a new offensive coordinator. Defense has got to be better.
Mm-hmm.
But with that offense, it's going to be very hard for anybody in that division to stop them from going 11-5. So I got them going 11-5.
I got Pittsburgh as well. I think they finally, with this team, get over the hump.
Okay.
Finally get over the hump with this team.
Okay. So the long hump.
The long hump.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see about that. Where you got that record?
They are going to be 13-3 as well.
Ooh.
They finally do it.
Okay. Because for the last 3 years of the show, I have picked Pittsburgh going to the Super Bowl every year. Yeah. And they let me down every year. So, for sure.
But I think this is the one.
All right. Let's move on to the AFC South.
Mm-hmm.
The Jags won last year. Who you have winning the South?
I want to say Houston so bad. I want to say Houston so bad. But it's Jacksonville.
I think the AFC South is suddenly becoming one of the toughest divisions in football with the emergence of Jacksonville, with the Texans finally having a quarterback to match with Nuke Hopkins. Tennessee. I got the Jags going 12-4 though. Anytime a team has a top defense, you got to think of them being a playoff team, sometimes even a title contender. And hell, they were damn near in the Super Bowl last year.
The only thing that scares me is Blake Bortles is still a quarterback,
and
who is he throwing it to?
Yeah, see, and you got some turnover at tight end and wide receivers. Marquise Lee goes down, but you replace him with Dante Moncrief. You have D.D. Westbrook, who had a breakout year last year. Strong running game,
that's solid.
Yeah. But I think Leonard Fournette's going to have a sophomore slump. But the defense will get them to 12-4.
You really think?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Because you got to think about it. They're going to put 10-11 in the box on him.
Easy.
Oh, yeah, you're going to have to. Because you got to make Blake. Blake has to beat me.
Blake got to beat me. Every time. All right, who you got in the AFC West?
Okay, so only the Chiefs and the Broncos have won the AFC West over the last 8 seasons. This is the year that changes.
Absolutely.
Los Angeles Chargers, like I said, go 13-3 this year. I just think that the rest of the rosters in the AFC West are in transition, and the Chargers are loaded, man. Like I said earlier, Casey Hayward is one of the most underappreciated cornerbacks in the NFL. Match that with one of the most underappreciated quarterbacks in NFL history with Phillip Rivers. I think this is going to be enough, man. I think this is their year, man. Even without Hunter Henry at tight end.
They brought back Gates. One more go.
They brought back Gates.
They brought back Gates.
As they should.
Breaking news on FSP.
Okay, there we go. That's dope.
So I'm definitely going with the Chargers as well. Young Bolo Ty going to get them where they need to go.
Yeah.
And we can move on.
Yeah, no, for sure. So the last question.
Okay.
Super Bowl matchup for the NFL. Who you got?
Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
Versus Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ooh. Yeah. The cameraman wants some of that action. I just think Aaron Rodgers
healthy Aaron Rodgers gets through the NFC. It's a weird scenario.
Yeah.
But I got Aaron Rodgers. And I've already mentioned Pittsburgh. And I think it's finally the year.
For the 4th year in a row, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers in the Super Bowl. But I have them against the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings defense is, barring any injuries, this is going to be one of those special defenses that we have seen. And you got Xavier Rhodes. Terrence Newman said, you know what? I think it's time. He's retired. So he's going to be on the staff. This is the year for the Vikings. I have the Vikings winning it all, man.
Kirk Cousins is the
quarterback. I mean, but shit, man. I mean, you got Thielen. Thielen Lee. You got Stephon. I think Laquan Treadwell steps up this year. You got a good tight end, Kyle Rudolph.
Definitely.
Bringing in Dalvin Cook at 100%. He's healthy.
And you still got Latavius Murray.
And you still have Latavius Murray. And then we ain't even talking about how great that Vaunted defense is with Zim. So I got the Vikings winning it all, man.
I got the Steelers winning it all.
I want the Steelers to win it all.
Yeah.
But, shit.
It's got to happen.
Ben let me down every year. Yeah, man. That was fun, Jeff. That was the NFL season, man. FSP style.
Always.
Let us know, man. Who's your fall-off player of the year? Who's going to hit that sophomore slump? Who will be the breakout player of the year in the NFL? All will be posted on the Instagram page. Let us know what you guys think, man. Before we get out of here, anything you want to tell the people, Jeff?
Just keep tuning in, guys.
Yeah.
We really appreciate the feedback.
Yeah.
Appreciate the Twitter conversations.
Most definitely.
We just really appreciate you all.
Most definitely, man. Cups. Still here. Let us know if you want to drink something.
I mean, water tastes better than FSP cup.
For sure. Most definitely does, man. Tweet us with questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment and give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page. On the iTunes page, please rate and subscribe. But more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
To tell a friend, man.
To tell a friend is drinking out of the FSP cup.
Yeah, man. The NFL football season is here. I'm going to miss fantasy football, but I'm going to live vicariously through you, my brother.
I tried to talk you out.
Yeah.
I tried
I
to
gave
up
up
the last minute.
Hey, man. And I'm out of there. It feels good, though. I do feel happy. Man.
No stress.
Yeah, man. What would Weezy say right now, man?
Weezy would say a lot. Yeah, everything will be paid for.
Yeah, for sure, man. The camera is always on, Jeff, man. Showing the revolution will be podcasted, and we are out.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Thank you for listening to the Full Sport Press podcast. To catch up on prior episodes, visit the SoundCloud page. And don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend.